Hi everybody, Stefan here from EDC Austria, and today we are gonna talk about the V-Knife 616. As with all V-Knives, I got this for review from the European Knife Pass-Around group organized by Knife Collector 031 the Netherlands, so thank you Hank, but all the opinions are my own. This knife, the 616, was originally conceived as a mass drop exclusive. In case you don't know, mass drop, it's where a bunch of people get together and buy a product or have a certain product made, and since they are already committed to buying them, they can be produced or can be produced cheaper. They often have pretty good stuff. But since this knife was highly sought after, we decided to take it in the regular contingent of knives. This is the second collaboration from V-Knives with Simon Crafts. The first collaboration they did was the 615. It also had a name on the blade and also had the designer name on the blade, because usually the V-Knives are kept completely free of any markings except for the V logo here on the pivot and on the pocket clip. One thing they did, they upgraded from S35VN to M390 with this one, so you get the better steel. And if you buy it now, you also have the advantage that we just lowered their prices. At least in the US, you can get most V knives now for $253, at least at Knife Cent. That's a pretty good price. As for the Böhler M390, it's hardened to 59 to 61. And as the last Simon Crafts knife was a pretty big one, this is another a bit smaller knife, as the blade length is 3.2 inches, which is 8.1 centimeters, and the overall length is 7.5 inches or 19 centimeters. Here you see it's a nice tanto with a compound grind, so here you have a nice micro bevel, and here it's ground to zero, and they did it very well, the change from the micro to the zero grind. That's done extremely professionally. I give you a close-up of the knife. I think that's better than showing photos for 3 minutes. And of course, to save weight, it's milled out, which I'll show you now. Here you can see pretty well how it's milled out on both sides to save some weight. It runs on ceramic bearings, although not as smooth as all the other V knives I have tried, and this is the only V knife I can make fail while deploying. So if I just give it a light switch, even a bit stronger one, I can make it fail. I mean, of course I can deploy it every time if I want to, but actually now I wanted to deploy it and it didn't work. But that works with no other V knife. Usually it's impossible to make them fail, but if you get used to it, it's not a problem. Even though it's relatively small, it fits very well in my medium-sized hands. As you can see here, here is some chimping. and it also fits quite well in a reverse grip, because here you have a nice point for your thumb to grip some hold. So if you want to use this as a small tactical option that you maybe have concealed somewhere, this is not a problem. What is a problem is this pocket clip. It is so sturdy that it was nearly impossible to put this in my jeans. I don't know, I've never had that with the literally hundreds of knives that I've handled. I've never had one that I couldn't even put on my jeans. Here you see the lock bar insert. Everything you see here is made from titanium, from 6AL 4V titanium, and so are the proprietary screws, but you get, as always, the tools, which I'll show you in a bit. This is what it looks from above. You have a titanium backspacer, otherwise it's pretty open. But my main 2 points of contention with this knife are that it's not as smooth as the other ones, although this might just be with this model, with this special one that I got, and the pocket clip is way too sturdy and strong, because it takes a lot of work to even put it on. Otherwise, this knife is pretty damn impressive. It's a small knife, yet it cuts. Let's just say the paper cuts I did with this knife are among the best. The best paper cutting experience I've ever had, because usually I'm not that great with it. By the way, this knife comes in 12 variants, which I'll show you now. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Now let's check out the weight. In grams, we have 97.1 grams, and in ounces, we have 3.43, which is pretty light. As for the blade thickness, 4.1, although I'm pretty sure it's 4 millimeters. Now let's do the size comparison. Let's start with the Kershaw League, which is one of my favorite smaller knives, and the total blade length is about the same, but the handle is a bit shorter on the League. Then we always have to have a Sebenza, or the Inkosi in this case, which has 3.5 inches, and you notice the difference. Especially the handle is quite a bit larger. Then we have the Spyderco Para 3, which is about the same size. No. Sorry, my vision is not that great. But this one has a longer blade, and the handle is about the same. And finally we have the Kaiser Gemini, which is also a small to medium knife, and those are really pretty similar when it comes to size. Okay, that's it for my review. I really like this knife, as I currently enjoy a bit smaller knives, not by much. I usually have them around 3.5 inches, and this one is 3.2, but it's nice to carry. My issue with this one is the smoothness, although that might just be my model, and the stiffness of the pocket clip, and that I don't think is a manufacturing mistake. As for the V knives, just to remind you, they always come with a microfiber cloth, a card with contact information, and the proprietary tool. And of course that comes in the good old cardboard box, which now has the knife labeled. Back in late 2016 they didn't do that on every knife yet. I hope you enjoyed the review. Like I said, if you can live with the fact that you have to think about a bit when you deploy it, and so you have to push button it and not light switch, or really aggressive light switch it, but it cuts really well, as you'll see in the coming cut tests. Otherwise, I can really recommend this knife, except for the stiffness in both the action and the pocket clip. Have a great day. Please like the video if you liked it, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Bye bye.
Yeah, I decided to do a voiceover for this one because I really wanted to make clear how well this cuts, because I'm really not good in cutting paper. But with this knife it was really impossible to fail. You can see even my worst handling of the knife and it still cuts through without any problems whatsoever. This is really nice work on the part of the V factory. And now you'll see me cutting some cardboard, and this is military grade cardboard which I took from an MRE packaging, and this is so strong it must survive a 1000 feet drop, so that's the reason it's so sturdy and hardly able to be cut with a regular knife. It's not the knife's fault, I just chose the wrong cardboard.